Hey guys, so I have another candle review, and this time around it's for the 14.5 ounce 3-wick White Barn Cherry Blossom Sangria candle from Bath & Body Works. The notes on this candle read, "Celebrate spring with a sweet scent of sangria made from fresh cherry nectar, crisp apple slices, and a hint of wild raspberry." So let me get right into it. Normally, I go and talk about the scent itself, and then I'll do performance and throw and how the wicks and flames are performing. But this candle, I sort of have to go the opposite because basically, like, it is unscented. Like, I really can't smell anything from this. A lot of times there'll be different batch numbers on stuff because there's been reports on like Instagram that theirs has been performing and throwing flawlessly. But I've also heard almost more comments saying that they couldn't smell anything from this candle. So it could be a batch number issue, but all in all, the one I have is pretty much unscented. I can barely smell anything. It's been burning for 3 days. One day it burned for, I want to say, like 7 hours, just because I wanted to really put it through the test and make sure that it got a super deep, even wax pull, and I just really wanted to smell it, and I could not smell anything, which really sucks. So, of stuff that you can smell from this on cold sniff, and when you smell it in the store, it's very promising. It's very strong. A source told me that this scent actually performed very well in the initial like company tests. When they were, doing this collection, but on cold sniff it's good, but on warm throw, like, there's just nothing to be like smelled of this candle. So at first, I thought this would be pink sangria. Most definitely a repackage of pink sangria, just because of the scent notes on it were so similar, and because they were both pink waxes, they both said sangria on it. But it is not a repackage of pink sangria. Actually, they are rather similar though. I think basically what pink sangria has that cherry blossom sangria doesn't is that super intense. There's like this citrus zest in there. I'm not even sure if that's a note that's listed, but basically there's like this super zesty, like almost lemonade aspect of pink sangria that makes it super, citrusy and tart and bright. And pink sangria usually performs and throws very well. Cherry blossom sangria, on the other hand, loses that and gains this like cherry cocktail juice smell. It's just this very tart, artificial cherry scent that you would find like in a cherry lemonade or some kind of cherry like drink. It's that same like cherry smell, mixed with that tart, sort of appley, apple juicy, like maybe like a tart apple scent mixed with cherry is what I get from it. And it does smell like a drink, but you really just can't smell it whatsoever. And as for it being a sangria, there are no like alcohol notes or like wine or what have you mixed in with this at all. It's just very straight up cherry juice with that sort of tartness from the apple slices that I was talking about. And that's pretty much what this scent is, if you smelled it on cold sniff and if you were able to smell anything once it was lit. I would say it's very similar to Cranberry Pear Bellini as well. I was comparing with a lot of stuff. Cranberry Pear Bellini actually is very similar to this. Cranberry Pear Bellini obviously has more of a fizzy effervescence to it, whereas this is just more of the straight up juice. And then also it's similar to the Sparkling Berries and Pears candle. It was like with Winter Vanilla Latte in that Winter Market from, I want to say, 2013. It's also very similar to that, which was also, consequently similar to Cranberry Pear Bellini as well. So basically that's what it's similar to. And yeah, moving on to, the performance in the throw. Once again, I was saying the throw is non-existent. You can, sort of smell it if you like walk like right next to the candle, but you basically have to put your nose like right up to it to get any kind of sniff. So this would be like, as close as to unscented as like Sundress was from that Garden Party collection that I reviewed last year. Yeah, and even for performance, it's actually struggling right now. You can't even tell or see because the label is covering it up. But this is once again a third day burn. Has been burning for 2 hours. The first day was excellent. It made mushroom tops. The wicks were super high. It burned for a nice long time. It pulled out, and it was doing everything great. The second day, it was okay. It was still burning fine. But then the third day, what I noticed was even though the wicks were sort of tall, they didn't have the mushroom tops that normally form from like better performing candles. Basically, the mushroom tops are the little things that form at the tip of the wick, and you're supposed to cut them before you go and light it. And it's usually a good indication that it has good wicks and it's going to burn strongly, and then so you cut it afterwards. So this, on the other hand, after the second day burn, the wicks were tall, but there were no mushroom tops, and usually that is a red flag. Um, in what I've experienced in the past before, if there is no mushroom top, then that means the wicks are sort of on their way to dwindling down and dying. Even though it's funny because a good wick, you would find the mushroom top and you snip it anyway, so it doesn't like explode all over the place. But if you end up with wicks that don't make mushroom tops, then that usually means it's gonna nub out sometime soon. And that's exactly what happened with this candle. On the third day, it wasn't making any mushroom tops, and the wicks just got smaller and smaller. And you can barely even see the flames right now. They're super puny. It obviously made an even wax pool, but even when I just moved this candle to, put it in position to film and record, it one of them extinguished because the flame was so low from, just minimal movement with the wax pool. So the performance even on this like sucks, and I'm gonna guarantee you that it's not gonna burn well after this and just gonna dud out, and you're gonna have to do the whole cotton ball trick and all that BS. So even on the performance regards, it's terrible as well. My strawberry rhubarb marmalade candle also did this, which when I did the review, it was on a solid third day burn, but a lot of times it does happen in the fourth day when it starts dudding out. And my strawberry rhubarb marmalade candle did the same exact thing where there were no mushroom tops. The wicks got super nubby and they continue to get smaller and nubbier and not make an even wax pool. So looks like that's a bit of an issue with some of this. I know a lot of the fall and winter ones sort of did it as well. Like my winter white petals was just notorious for nubbing out towards the end. And that's pretty much it for this candle. Obviously I could not recommend this because mine was pretty much unscented. Had this been a strong throw, it would have sort of, made up for itself. But I mean, maybe if you can find the scent in other forms, but I'm not even sure. I don't think this might even be in wallflower or anything. So if you can find a strong version of cherry blossom sangria, I would imagine it'd be nice. It'd be super tart and fruity and like a cherry juice. But I was not blessed with having a strong cherry blossom sangria at my Bath and Body Works store. So that's pretty much it. Please let me know in the comments below if yours was strong and if the strong throw was even nice and all that good stuff. And thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.